Am I the bottom one and you're the top one?
Okay, so we're just checking our levels for those that have dirty minds. Welcome to Extra Legroom. I'm one of your three co-hosts, Cory, somewhat of a comedian, a.k.a. travel agent, a.k.a. I think that's it. Some people maybe call me a dirtbag every now and then. No?
I thought you were going like hostess with the mostest. Not hostess, I guess. Host with the most. It's like you're the host.
But you're a co-host.
No, so you're the host. Mitch is a sidekick, and I'm like the 2 cents at the end. That's how I like.
Come on.
No, tell me that's not like the perfect.
No.
Yeah. Right now it's going through your head. And
I don't think so. No.
Right.
You'll see. Eventually, you'll. That's okay.
Okay.
We're allowed to say shh.
Poop.
Yep, we're allowed to say poop. Okay, so this is Extra Legroom. This is the, the first episode. Let's put it that way. We're novices to this whole podcasting game, but we decided that in this day and age, it's pretty important. It's pretty important that we have a sense of helping the community and helping guide the community, and now it's more of an international community with what we're doing. But it's a scary world. I mean, we can't get away from talking about the coronavirus. We really cannot.
Okay, so we can't, but we can make it a funny conversation.
We can.
So I heard a story this morning.
Wait, you're doing a funny corona story?
It's a funny corona story.
Okay.
So I heard a story this morning that there is apparently a robot that is walking around Times Square, and it will tell you if you have corona. It will test you right on the spot. But the way to be tested is it scans your palm of your hand. I guess it checks for fever, checks for germs. How many people are in Times Square touching this damn robot?
Spreading germs?
Exactly. So if you didn't have corona, guess what you have now?
Yeah.
No?
I hope not. Let me check your fever. Give me your palm. Is it like palm reading as well?
Maybe.
Is it like you can press a button?
Zoltar. Remember Zoltar?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You could basically give it your palm, and then it'll be like
2 for 1.
You will have a short life because I have indicated you have corona. I don't know if that's a laughing matter.
But it is on our show.
I guess it is on our show. So Mitch isn't here, unfortunately. So it's Joanne and Cory and lumberjack
the
Mitch.
Lumberjack stripper.
He'll be joining us. He hates that, by the way. He'll be joining us on episode 2. Hopefully, those goes out eventually.
Okay, so Mitch is very, don't take pictures of me. I don't want to be in video.
Right.
Are you okay? Because we need to start uploading stuff to our Instagram because people on Instagram are going to start to follow us on the podcast.
I guess so. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to take a video of you.
Oh, no. So at the end of the day, will fame and fortune change you, Joanne?
Hell yeah, I hope so.
What do you mean?
No.
You think it will?
Not at all. No. I'm me. I can't.
I'll tell you what. There's a lot of people. You're one of the very few that say, if I win the lottery,
I'm coming to work. I love my job.
She crazy.
And I'm not just saying that because my boss is the one on the other side of the camera.
No.
Would you come to work?
I have nothing to do. I mean, I would do something. I don't know if I would do something.
Okay, enough of the video so I can get into this conversation. If you won the lottery,
yes,
would you instantly that day take the day off?
Well, if I won the lottery, I'd donate a hell of a lot of money to fighting this coronavirus thing because the shop's been slow.
Yeah.
So we're 3 travel agents. We work in a mall. We work in Thornhill area, Toronto, the GTA, if you will. And man, the last couple weeks, molasses. It's been very slow. And I don't really blame people.
So January is generally slow. Even when we were the other company, January was always slow. So we got lucky because the beginning of this January was unusually busy for us.
But this is tour month now. So this is when
now we're coming into Europe season.
Yeah, I have like we had maybe 6 phone calls to 8 phone calls the entire day yesterday. And like 3 of them are like, I want to cancel my trip.
Have we had a lot of cancellations?
Well, I mean, we had someone going to Guangzhou, China, and in April, you know who, and they wanted to have their ticket canceled, and we were able to cancel it, so that's done.
And that's why you book with a travel agent.
That's why you book with a travel agent, because number one, to cancel a ticket or to call an airline to cancel a ticket when you're doing it directly, it takes a little bit. It takes a hot minute.
If you're going to even get the answer that you want.
That's true. And you got to know how to ask and what to ask for and all of that jazz. So, yes, book with a travel agent. We're going to take care of you. Your price should be the same. Okay? There are a bunch of travel agencies out there that have booking fees. Promenade Travel does not have any booking fees. We do not believe in it. We get paid. Travel agents get paid by suppliers. So that's how the business works. For those that believe that, if I use a travel agent's help, all of a sudden I'm paying more, that all depends on where you go. The community around us here, they're our neighbors.
Yep.
And we take care of our neighbors.
Yeah, to the contrary of being charged more, we actually, if they're flexible, we're actually going to find them the best price possible.
Yeah, I mean, let us help you save money. I like to look after people's wallets as well as themselves. So I want to make sure that they've got money left over for the next trip, or maybe they've got money for excursions, or maybe they've got money. So like we've been known to have some very competitive prices, to put it lightly.
Yeah. And that's why we have so many repeat customers.
That's right. And we'd like more. So, hey, wherever you are in the world, you can always call Promenade Travel. 905-709-0909. So, yesterday, I had a couple of very good clients of mine who I actually got into cruising come in a little bit shaken up.
Is that who it was?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
shaken up
because, well,
just terrified of the princess situation.
They're supposed to be on the Diamond Princess.
Oh,
in March.
Okay, we like all our customers, but these are like extra special customers.
Well, they're. I mean, every customer, they're all my children, and I love them equally. But they are special to me. Yeah, it's pretty frightening. Like, one, going to Japan, okay, which doesn't have many cases.
Yeah.
Other than what's on this cruise ship, except for today. Because when I read today, things have changed.
Really? My brother's going to Japan.
Ohayo gozaimasu. That's Japanese for good morning. Man, that's a little bit rough right now. So let me pull up this article here. That actually Mitch sent me. So see, he's still part of the show. He's here
in spirit.
He's not dead.
Like, hey.
What? He's not dead, but he's here. He's giving us info and stuff like that. Oh, Mitch. Okay, so Japan announced Thursday its first death from the new virus, hours after confirming 44 more cases on a cruise ship quarantined near Tokyo, as fear of spreading disease mount in the country. So the person who died was in their 80s, and they were hospitalized from February the 1st. But basically, now, you want to guess how many cases there are on the ship?
Oh, I don't even want to guess.
Guess.
It's
like Price is Right. Higher or lower?
$1.
How many cases do you think there are?
375.
Well, I guess I'm glad you guessed higher, because that would have been pretty shitty if I said, actually, it's double that. No, it's now 218 people. With the virus, here's what's scary, okay? There's 3,500 passengers and crew members that are on the Diamond Princess that's
waiting to get it.
Yes. And this number of 218 people infected with the virus That's out of 713 tested since it's entered Yokohama port
Why aren't they testing everybody?
on February the 3rd. They can't. It's a lot of people. So I don't know what they're doing and how they're testing and whatever. Let me tell you something. Whatever they're doing is not working.
No. Oh, these poor people.
So I've said this. I actually said this to the couple
Okay.
that were here yesterday. It's funny because the husband is still sort of
Ready to go.
not ready to go, but like if it was dealt with, then he'd be okay with it going.
Really?
Yeah, and you know what I said?
You wouldn't allow it.
I said that I wouldn't go if you paid me. Would you want to be on that ship,
Nope,
Joe?
not at all. Did that, and how was Mrs.?
She was like thankful that I said that.
What's that?
I don't know. Some update happening. Who knows if that's going to mess up our podcast. But
Maybe you should do what Mitch said and just buy like a very cheap laptop that literally all you have is this program.
there's a desktop that's for sale, and it's a Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like some good software and all of that. I hear GarageBand is what you want to use. But it's like, I don't know, it's $300. I don't know if I want to spend that. I really don't. We're trying to get this going here, and eventually when we have some real sponsors and all of that, Jazz, maybe it's a different story. But right now,
Maybe Mac would like to sponsor you and send over a computer.
hey, listen, if Apple wants to sponsor us, oh my. Yeah, hey, brought to you by...
Canada Computers. We're not picky.
No, I'm not picky. I'm not picky at all. Unless I got something in my nose, then I'm a little picky.
Oh, such a dad joke.
Sorry, just closing some applications here. So she was very thankful. Okay, but this is real. Like these guys, this isn't a made up story. This is real life, and that's what this podcast. This is what you're gonna get from Extra Legroom. Hopefully, a little bit of laughs. Hopefully, we're not gonna, it's not doom and gloom. Well, right now it's a little bit doom and gloom, but there's nothing I can do about that.
No, and like this couple you're talking about, they're not saying they're ready for a nursing home, but they're not spring chickens either.
No.
And is this like a flu where it targets people who are a bit older?
Well, it's very strange actually, because I've read some things that it not really. I don't know if it doesn't target older people, but apparently younger people, like under 12, so children under 12, basically, if they get it, they're able to deal with it and doesn't really get to the pneumonia stage of things, which is where, there's cause for concern. And you're like, but man, imagine being on this cruise ship and having this glorious vacation and all of that, right? And the next thing you know, your vacation turns into you're a prisoner. You cannot leave. And by the way, there's a deadly virus on the ship.
So are they bringing supplies to the ship?
They have to be.
Because like I'm thinking in like the thoughts of my kids where when you go, you bring exact medication that you'll need, or if
Well,
we're
they
there for longer.
gotta support these people. People
What
are
about
going on.
What about smokers? You're a smoker. How are you getting cigarettes while you're on the ship? Okay, I know you can't get out of your cabin to go smoke, but for that 6 minutes, you might inhale like 10 cigarettes.
Well, apparently you're allowed out for an hour and a half.
Oh, they've increased it?
I don't know. I don't know where we got this. We got
That
some
6
6 minutes, which I thought was pretty crazy. No, it's not 6 minutes. It's more like an hour and a half. Okay. And there are strict rules. You have to be, you can't have any contact with anybody. You have to be at least a meter away or something like that.
Are they doing it in intervals then? Like everybody on deck one can come out now?
I have no idea.
Because that's a lot of people to...
Yeah. Well, obviously it's not working.
No.
Whatever they're doing is not working. You know what they need? A robot. A robot. No.
Knocks on your door. Can I make your bed?
Would
Can I
you like
deliver
a
some
pack of
cigarettes?"
smokes? let me see your palm. You will have a long life. Oh, sorry. You have contracted corona. So what else sort of sucks is I'm reading from this article here, and health minister, I'm going to say his last name only because his first name, well, it's not that bad. His first, it's health minister Katsunobu Kato. Hi, domo arigato. Those guys, well, that health minister, Mr. Kato, also confirmed 2 other cases of the virus, a Tokyo taxi driver in his 70s and a doctor in his 50s who works at a hospital in Western Japan.
Okay, so the 80-year-old, the taxi driver,
The 80-year-old
they're
died.
older, yeah.
And there's a 7-year-old taxi driver. That can't be good.
No.
Right? Because, I mean, that's literally, I don't know. That's spreading
Confined germs.
That's spreading it. Anyone he's taken in his cab and all of this. So basically what this health minister has said is that we should assume that the virus has already been spreading in Japan. So that's very scary. So basically they came in and they're like, we don't know what to do about this, about going on this cruise. And I said, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. So
will the cruise line let them hold credit and travel in future?
Well, that's a good question. You know what? I printed something out that actually they came in with. I took a photocopy of it, okay. And I wanna read you some of those things. But
so we're gonna take a commercial break right now.
You know, I guess so. We'll take a quick break. Brought to you by. Maybe we'll talk about Promenade Travel during the break. And it's like we have no sponsors yet. So Joanne is going to be doing the commercial here for a moment. We'll be right back. Joe, take it away.
Oh crap. Promenade Travel Agency, located in Promenade Mall, 1 Promenade Circle, Thornhill, Ontario, 905-709-0909.
What did I do with the printout?
It was like hide and seek.
I went all the way there trying to get a printout. Didn't happen. Okay, so. Okay.
Whoa.
Oops. Don't want to drop the computer. Everything's still working here?
Yep.
All right. Sick. Huh. That's not a term to use
No.
in this day and age, eh?
No, actually, yesterday, when I was out with Allie, she had to wear the mask because she was coughing.
Oh, shit.
And I was the people that I look like scared of. We're walking around the grocery store and people are like squeezing over to the other side of the aisle to get away from her. But it's not corona, in case anybody's wondering. She was all clear by the robot.
The robot gave her the A-OK. So, there's some. This is put out by Princess Cruises, okay, and it's sort of some like questions and all that jazz. So anyone who's traveled to mainland China, Macau, or Hong Kong within 14 days of the start of the cruise will not be permitted to board the ship. Neither will any guest who has been in contact with a suspected or confirmed case of coronavirus or a person under monitoring for coronavirus within 14 days of the start of the cruise. Basically, that's hard to prove on like, have you come in contact with anybody?
Yeah, you really have to have trust in the people you're asking.
No, listen, all I did was I got off the plane, right? Jumped in a cab, this 70-year-old taxi driver, really nice man, he helped me with my bags. He shook my hand. Remember, he had a very firm handshake, but honestly.
Didn't he give you a big hug too?
No, he was like, so happy to see you. No, I mean, it's scary. It is scary because you don't know. You don't know. What happens if a guest aboard a ship gets sick? As we have always done, we ask guests and crew to report to the medical center immediately if they exhibit any symptoms of the illness. So if you're on board and you get, I don't know, you start getting this tickle in your throat and I don't know, you start feeling a little bit hot and whatever.
Is this a case where it's okay to overreact and go running for the doctor?
I don't know, would you?
No.
You wouldn't.
No. I'd hide in my room. I wouldn't get into contact with people, but I wouldn't. I'm not an over. Like, I don't over exaggerate my sicknesses. If I'm sick, I'm
Yeah,
a
but
mom.
you don't know.
If it was one of my kids, damn right I'd be right there. If it's me, I'd just be like, hey guys, leave me alone. I'm gonna hide in a corner.
I don't know. Maybe that's part of the problem. Is that's what some people have done, and then it starts to spread a little bit more. Can the coronavirus be spread through the ship's ventilation system? The HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, for those that don't know, filtration system on our ship is comparable to those used by land-based hotels, resorts, and casinos. You know what would have been a better answer?
Yes or no?
Comparable to those used by hospitals? That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Casinos.
But it doesn't give a yes or no. So what it's saying is, if you're comfortable being in the casino...
I don't know. There's more to it. In a letter recently sent to cruise ship's passenger by Anne Shushat, Principal Deputy Director at the U.S. CDC, there is no current evidence to suggest that the virus spreads between rooms through the air handling system. Well, there's 200 and some odd cases now.
And if they've all been quarantined, it's getting to them somehow. It's not...
No. That's... You know what I call that? Evidence. Okay. They have listed a whole bunch of voyages, okay, starting from February the 4th and going all the way to March the 12th, okay, that you can cancel if you're on this particular itinerary, which is basically, I think, the Diamond Princess's itinerary. Right? Now, my passengers...
Are they on any of those?
They are on the next one, which I believe is the 15th of March. So I said, let's hold off a couple of days.
Yep.
And then we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, because the longer it goes on, I'm sure this list of acceptable dates will get extended.
How will you sanitize the ship once the quarantine is lifted and the guests have disembarked? This is an interesting question because this all stems from one passenger who was on the previous itinerary, and then there was the whole sanitation of the ship, right? Which you were a big fan of.
I am. I still am. I still stand by it because that one person may have shook hands with the room steward as he was leaving. Oh, thank you so much. You did a great job. Thank you. Here's your tip. And this room steward took it. They're going to sanitize everything else. They're not going to give him a Purell shower. Right?
I guess so.
That one person who was sick, I'm sure they still, top to bottom, did everything on the ship. But if he's already been in contact with the staff, with the crew.
Listen, money's dirty, eh? Money is dirty. Maybe instead of, you know how some cruise lines you have the option of tipping, and then you have those cruise lines that just slip you something under your door, which is mandatory to pay. A lot of people don't know this little tip and trick, but not all cruise lines, when you get that at the end of your cruise, that little bill slipped under your door with the gratuities. If you have been tipping as you've been on the cruise on a daily basis, and when you're tipping for service, what have you, you can decline paying that. Did you know that, Joe?
I did, actually. I didn't until we were at the end of our cruise and we had been tipping as we were going, and then we got a bill at the end.
How much was it?
I think it was about $400 US, just over $400 US. But we had two cabins, so the total. But it was like, wait, where did that come from?
That's like $1,000 right there. And then you said, we've been tipping as we've been going.
Yeah, and they were so okay with that. Oh, no problem. Yeah, we put this out, and if you tip, no problem, we'll remove it from your room.
Yeah. So you know what they should do is they should eliminate the whole tipping as you go right now.
I don't agree with that.
What if you had it?
Then give me an option where. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but think about the staff.
I get it. So the staff member who is The one person who comes in every day into my room and says, "Oh, Gianluca, I know that you really like these towel animals, so today I put 3 for you." Or, "Ali, I see that you slept with a stuffed frog, so the towel animal I did for you today is a frog especially for you." They knew our names. From day one, they knew our names. That guy deserves extra. That's how I feel. So there should be a way that I can e-transfer to a certain staff member. Do it that way.
Yeah, I like that. Because you don't want to give them
blah blah.
you don't want to give them too much extra.
Yes,
You don't want to give them extra Corona. You know? Hey, we couldn't finish the beer. Would you like a 6-pack of Corona? So, I agree with you. I like the idea of tipping to someone specific so that you ensure that they receive it instead of a lump sum being distributed God knows how amongst the staff.
And I get like there's staff that we don't see. The people who are in the laundry room day in and day out washing all the sheets, all the towels. Nobody's going to specifically go look for them and slide them a $10 bill. They deserve to be a part of a tip pool. I agree with that 100%. But that one person who takes the extra time to learn my name, learn what drink I like, they deserve extra.
Oh man, it's a big mess. Who knows what to do? Okay, this is what it says. Once the quarantine is lifted, the ship will be taken to a special service dock where it will receive a rigorous level 3 cleaning and disinfection. Like hospital operating rooms, to fully sanitize all stateroom and public venues.
What do you think they should do with the ship, Cory?
Listen, I think that you can't do that. The person that's maybe like administering this rigorous cleaning, what if they're infected?
Mm-hmm.
What if they're just like...
What if they weren't, but they are now?
Who knows? Because that's actually happened where one of the people in Japan who was administering these tests to some of the passengers contracted it. Like that's what the rumor mill is saying anyways, okay? Now, it turns out that amongst these passengers that are supposed to be on the Diamond Princesses in March, one of them is Japanese. And he's been listening to like state television and satellite and all of that, right? So he's listening to like the news in Japan. And he says it's very scary. They don't want, for the most part, they don't want this ship. And this ship that's been there for the last, I don't know if it's been 2 weeks yet or more than 2 weeks. It just keeps on. Every day that there's a new case, I guess they have to reset. It's like Groundhog Day. And like, guys, I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry to report this. There's been another case. So I know we were very hopeful when we got to 12 days, but we're going to have to reset. We're back at 14 days. Well, for those of you that have a balcony, please enjoy. For the rest of you, my condolences.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they should have a specific hospital or a building? Move the people to the building. Like, separate the people who have confirmed cases, separate them to one space. The people who do not, still have them quarantined, yes, but off of the ship. And I get it, because if it was here and they're like, hey, everybody, we're going to bring them all to this building in Thornhill, I'd be like, I think I'll take a vacation away from Thornhill.
Listen, I know some people that are not happy that in Canada they're in Trenton at a CFB base, Trenton or whatever it's called, right?
CFB Trenton. Yeah.
They're not people in Peterborough are not happy. That's close to Trenton.
Peterborough
I think it is. Yeah, it's not that far. I remember passing it. I'm a big fisherman.
That's like Kingston, Ottawa, Brighton, Trenton. It's that way, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you can continue to go in
Peterborough
your... Well, I guess wherever. Kingston. People in Kingston are not happy.
Okay, that I could see.
You know, hey, it's bad enough that you've got a crazy penitentiary with some of the worst in Canada, right?
Yeah.
So, and let's mix that up with Queen's University and a whole bunch of students and stuff like that. Super safe. And then, hey, a couple of blocks away, we've got some people under quarantine. Listen, it's scary. And that's why people aren't really booking right now. And I can't really blame them. So I've gotten this question. Are you doing anything to make the onboard experience for your guests more pleasant?
I get that the guests have paid that, but everybody's focus is on the guest. What about these employees, the staff? Like the guest quarters,
Wow.
your quarters are much nicer than the staff quarters where they sleep like 4 to 5 staff members in one room. Unless you have a pretty up there job, you don't get a suite.
They don't get the presidential suite? What?
The whole top deck just for staff.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I've seen some videos of some of the staff members basically pleading with their host countries to send the plane and help get them off the ship.
I'd swim. Like, peace out. If
Just-
Rose
just-
could make it on a floating door, I'd rip my room door off and go for a swim.
Well, you know what? I've heard that in Russia, I think, that they have been a couple of people that escaped the quarantine, or they're like, I don't know, they're under quarantine or something and they escaped the quarantine. But who knows what's true and what isn't with the fake
Right.
news and people that want to take advantage of
People
the
who are already
hysteria
scared.
and the fear mongers and all of that jazz, right? But they are doing stuff on board, right? Which totally makes up for everything. Our guest services and entertainment teams, support by our shoreside colleagues, have activated 8 new live TV channels. 8? Within 24 hours, an additional 80 title movies were added to the stateroom entertainment system in a variety of languages. Additionally, the team continues to deliver games, trivia, puzzles.
But isn't everybody touching the same puzzles?
Yeah, we're like, oh, you know what? I've already played this puzzle. I don't need it anymore. Oh, that's good because the person in 4 cabins over has been waiting for you to be finished with this game. Hey, tip? So at least, I don't know, they're trying to do the best that they can, I guess. But I feel like they need to coordinate with who? Mm-hmm. Not with who, but with the World Health Organization. Okay, here's the big part that's affecting my guests and other guests that might be on this itinerary. Okay, considering these extraordinary circumstances, all guests will receive a full refund of cruise expenses. This includes all guest expenses from cruise fare to round-trip Princess Easy Air pre or post cruise, plus hotels, transfers, prepaid shore excursions, gratuities, and other items, and taxes, fees, port expenses will be refunded to the original form of payment. For guests who purchased air, transfers, or pre and post cruise hotels independently, which is what my guests are under. We didn't purchase the flights through Princess because we have better prices. Princess will also refund reasonable independent expenses. So I think that they're going to be able to get their money back.
It sucks for Princess because they didn't do anything to cause this.
Well, you know what?
they're gonna take
She's
a
got this
loss.
attitude, and she thinks she's such a princess. No, it does. It sucks for all cruise lines.
It does.
It sucks for us.
It sucks for us, but Princess is going to take a serious hit. I think people are going to be scared. Like, they might as well just retire that ship. I think people will forever be terrified.
It's the new Max 8.
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing.
No one's gonna wanna.
Nope.
No one's gonna wanna be.
They've
on that.
extended the no-fly on the Max 8 again until
Until they figure out how to rename it and
Yep.
trick people into saying, "Hey, it's good to go." So this diamond, nothing's tougher than a diamond. This diamond princess, right? They should burn it?
yeah, retire it. It's done.
Can you let the people off first, or what?
That's one way to contain it.
Yeah.
Let's erase that puppy.
I don't know. We're pretty real. We're not editing shit. Listen, I've heard some pretty crazy things out there from people. I've heard I've actually heard someone say, "Drop a bomb." You want to contain it? Drop a bomb. Now, I'm not at all saying that this is the
No.
solution, but I think that solution that we discussed off air, well, probably in one of the 5 episodes as well,
Probably.
that got corrupted. It's a corrupt society. Corrupts my computer, corrupts
Ooh,
my files.
maybe it's like the powers that be are listening in on us,
They're
and
like,
they
no,
don't
no,
want us
no.
talking about Corona anymore, so they're corrupting your computer.
Perhaps.
Like Cory knows too much.
Perhaps. What was I saying?
Sorry, I got all excited about Cory knows too much. You were
Uh,
saying we probably said this on one of our 5 first episodes.
yes, how to contain this. Okay. I think no country, everyone should basically be on lockdown. No traveling, no planes, no boats,
agree.
no trains, no going past this border. Sorry, you're within your own country and your own province. Well, I think maybe within your own country you should be able to go. But contain it for 30 days.
Yeah.
A complete lockdown, world lockdown. You know how they have like the Save Energy Day and everyone's supposed to like not
Yeah.
use stuff for
Turn
and
off your lights for an hour.
yeah.
It would be like the opposite of The Purge. Remember the movie The Purge, where everybody just gets to go out and go be free? It's the opposite. Everybody's stuck in.
Aren't they killing each other in that movie?
I think so, maybe.
They're like zombies or I don't know.
No, not
They're
zombies. There's no law for like 24 hours.
Oh,
or
right.
something.
You have
There's
the
no
right
law.
to go
You
and
can
kill people and all of
take
that.
matters into your own hands.
So
It
you
would be
think-
the opposite.
Okay.
Everybody's stuck in your houses. The anti-purge.
And be nice to people. No killing people. What time is it?
Are we open?
Oh, jeez. It's 10 on the dot.
10:02. I'll go grab that. You keep talking.
All right. Well, we are a full service travel agency here, and it's past 10, so our doors are open. Let's see what's going on here. Someone, hey, can I cancel my trip to? Yeah, I think there should be a no fly. You know, they've got no fly zones. They've got no for 30 days lockdown.
Is this a secret trip too?
No one in, no one out. Just contain it and then reassess. But hopefully something like that, I'd rather something that's really bad for 30 days. But if it means that, okay, we're ready to travel now, we're ready to book and all of that, then, I mean, you might be saving a lot of industries. Because I'll tell you, everything's slowing down. If it's affecting this little shop here in Thornhill, what is it doing around the world? And I think that is it's scary. I don't know. I've just been saying this for the last like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's scary. Okay. Well, at least some people are wanting to go places. Mexico is pretty good. Nothing's really going on in Mexico. I heard there was a suspected case in Mexico City, but who travels to Mexico City unless it's for business? Cuba's good. Caribbean's good. South America's pretty much good. North America, I think it's pretty contained. And everything else is going haywire. From Taiwan, Japan, China, obviously. People are scared. And the other thing is we don't know exactly what is real and what is fake and what is not. We're dealing with a country that is a communist country. I've got, whatever. This isn't a political podcast or anything like that, so I'm not getting into it. But at the end of the day, China is not the most forthright or forward of countries, especially with information and freedom and all of that. The initial, the doctor, the whistleblower doctor that first sounded the alarm bells, basically was told to stop spreading rumors by the police. And man, imagine the world listened then. This could have been a lot more contained. So there's a little bit of conflict going between Did China do the right thing? Did they not do the right thing? They got a whole bunch of acclaim from the world saying, "Hey," but then I heard that there is an exiled, and I don't know what truth there is in this one. I really don't want to be spreading fake news, but this is what I heard. This is what I've read, is that an exiled businessman living in the U.S., a Chinese exiled businessman, obviously, has leaked information that the true number of deaths are more like 50,000.
Is Donald Trump in with the Chinese politics right now? Are they on good terms or bad terms?
I don't know.
How much of this could possibly be propaganda to have people scared to go to China? How much of this could be, hey, you don't want to be my best friend, then I'm not going to let anybody play with you.
Well, you know what? Listen, I don't know who's friends with Trump in general.
Mitch, apparently.
Mitch likes him, sort of. I don't know. But I don't know. All I know is I see a lot of people walking around with masks.
Yeah.
And that's locally. There's not a day that goes by that I don't see someone in a mask.
We matched today, by the way.
Did you
notice
yeah.
our sweaters?
We
Match.
do. We do match.
It's like a bit of a Freddy Krueger day going on. Look, any masks? Any masks as people pass? No.
No, but
And
hey.
she's under 12. She's safe.
Let's hope so. Let's hope all of these people are safe. Let's get back to traveling.
I would go. I'd still go on a trip.
Where?
Caribbean.
Yeah.
But I would do Europe too. I don't know. Tuesday, our intern Teresa was showing me videos of street food in Korea. And I right away messaged my brother like, oh my God, when you go, you have to check out this market. And I got excited about Korea. I probably at that moment would have booked.
Man.
I'm a very heat of the moment booker, I think.
See, these markets outside, the word market scares me. How about that?
Yeah.
Wet market or dry I don't know. I don't really care. I don't want, no. I'm all for celebrating everyone else's culture and all of that. This is Toronto. It's the most diverse city in the world. Why? Because it's actually accepted. We're not racist here. We celebrate cultures and different races and inclusion and all of that.
Uh-oh.
But when it starts affecting, to each their own type thing, but when it starts affecting the rest of the world, something needs to be done. If there was a health inspector that went to this market in Wuhan, would that have gone through? Would they have gotten the green seal? I don't know, man. It didn't look very cleanly from what I saw online.
Did you see the one where they were stepping on the fish?
Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah.
But then did you see this bat soup one? Apparently that didn't even happen in China.
Where did it happen? Where else do you eat bat soup?
I think it was like a Papua New Guinea or a Maori type of.
And you know what? I said that with a look on my face ew, bat soup. But honestly, every culture has their weird stuff that they eat that's not the norm.
For sure.
We eat snails done in a broth. Snails. They have poop attached at the end. But that's oh my God, when it's snail season, we go out in the field, we pick our snails, cook it. I love that. How different is that from bat soup? Okay, the bat still has that look on its face.
Well, that was weird. That picture that was floating around was what? How did you describe it? It looked like a.
I said it looked like an old man in a really hot tub. It did. And now every time I see a hot,
that's
the wings were up, and he was just chilling, probably drinking a Corona.
Well, I don't know. Could have been a Labatt's. It is scary, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll keep you guys updated with what's happening with my cruisers that are supposed to be on the Princess Diamond. I said let's give it a hot minute, and let's see if maybe, because the dates were so close that they were canceling.
I'm sure they're gonna extend it.
I'm sure they're gonna extend it, especially now. Every day you have more cases, right? And it's getting crazy. So.
And who knows how long they'll be quarantined? I'm sure taking this level 3 cleansing. Is that what it was called? Level 3?
Yeah.
That's going to take a while. They're going to have to extend their dates. I'm going to be the Zoltar, and I'm going to forecast that one.
Well, or maybe they should just burn it.
Yes, they should.
Take it out. Sorry. Take it out. Max 8, don't bring him back in. Take him out.
Yeah, there is no fixing. Once somebody has it in their heads, you can't fix that. It's all perception.
And yesterday on the news, I saw a bunch of families impacted by that Max 8 that was on its way to or leaving Ethiopia or on its way to Ethiopia or something like that. And the families were upset because they were like, why did it take an extra 3 days for Canada to ground the Max 8s when the rest of the world was doing it? How come Canada was amongst the last few countries? Like, we're pretty on it as a country.
Usually, yeah.
So,
Was that in the middle of like March break or?
I don't know. I don't think it matters.
No, I'm saying like, do you think it was, oh no, we can't cancel these flights right now. We have so many travelers. They didn't want to.
I don't know.
Canadians, they don't like to upset anybody. They didn't want to upset the travelers.
Yeah, but when it results in like deaths and oh my goodness, what are we talking about?
No, let's move on. Let's not talk death.
Let's talk about something else. All right. Well, I used to have a format sheet of things that we spoke about, but I think we did talk extra, right? Which is one of our segments here on Extra Legroom. I'm sure we've said something to offend you, but please unbuckle your seatbelt, stretch out. This isn't called close encounters and confined quarters and quarantine. No, this is Extra Legroom. Stretch out. Stretch out.
Recline your seat. Don't worry about the person behind you with their lunch on their tray. Recline.
How dare you? I was eating. I've spilt water all over myself. Oh, thank you.
They thought that was funny.
They thought that was funny too. So we're in a mall, and it's typically we open the shop about 10, 12 minutes ago, but this isn't the case today. I'm not that funny, really. I don't think the mic can even pick up that laughter, but still.
Whoever it is has a great laugh. We should ask them to come in here.
Listen, I see less people doing the Tai Chis early morning. I see less mall walkers. Actually, it's funny because some of the regular mall walkers, you can't stop these guys. They're in a routine. You can't stop them. But we're also next to a T&T supermarket, which is really geared towards the Asian community. And I think that might be another reason why this mall is less busy than maybe others. What do you think, Jo?
I also think if it's the older generation that's being affected, we have a lot of older customers here. I also think, Cory, it's the season. Everybody's sick right now. Think of schools that are on strike, kids that are sick. It's a
shitty time.
It is. Everybody should go on a vacation.
They should go on a vacation. We should all just do free trips to... No, we're not going to do that. But we should. We should do... Everyone should really do a vacation, and you need to reset. And it looks like Mexico and the Caribbean and South America and even other parts of North America look pretty contained. Everything looks good for now. That could change. And I think that's why people are waiting, because they want to see like what's going to happen. Will there be cases? Will they won't? But you know what?
March break's coming up. We'll get busy with people doing Caribbean.
But whatever you're doing, please buy insurance. Make sure you have the appropriate insurance. And if you already have insurance because you have it on your credit card or you have it through work, before you book, I always advise double check to see exactly what you have. Do you have something that's flexible that you can cancel for any reason? Do you have something that includes air ambulance service? Do you know how much emergency medical coverage you actually have? So, I'm a big believer there's no such thing as too much insurance. In my opinion, Manulife has a great product. Little plug for Manulife. The premium protection plan is the most flexible plan that they have. You can cancel for any reason. You're getting 80% of your money back if you're canceling for any reason. If it's an insurable reason, you're always getting 100% of your money back. But I like that flexibility. It sort of acts like a safety net, and you need that. In this day and age, that's necessary. So continue to book, and if you are, please give us a call. Promenade Travel, 905-709-0909.
And follow us on Instagram, Extra Legroom Podcast.
I don't know any of that stuff.
I'm actually uploading your video right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm going to put the picture of you giving the finger. Just because.
What?
Why not piss people off?
Oh, my goodness. That's not
Why
right.
not show people what you're really like?
No, I'm not. I rarely. How often have you seen me give anybody the finger?
Yeah, you don't swear. You don't give the finger. But you're just real. So follow us and go check out Cory's picture.
No, please don't put giving the.
And.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, to make people want to follow even more, I'm posting Mitch's lumberjack stripper picture.
Oh,
yeah,
sugar.
Yeah. It's the next Magic Mike, the Magic Mitch.
He's gonna hate that. He hates it. Mitch is the naysayer in the group. Okay, he's the realist with the air quotes and stuff. I guess there's a whole bunch of air quotes. I'm gonna like Mitch should just be air quoted. Mitchell,
son of a Mitch.
Yep. So this is Extra Legroom. I hope you had a little bit of fun. I hope you learned a little bit of something. We'll see you next time.
Maybe not see.
Well,
You'll
you won't
hear us next time.
You won't. You won't see us next time. But please listen to us. We try and put the show out. We try. We really. That's okay. On a daily, Monday through Friday.
We have tried every day this week.
We have tried. Yeah, we've been. There's corruption. Episode 2 will have Mitchell in it.
So maybe this afternoon we'll do a quick little one with Mitch.
Maybe we'll do multiple.
Tell some dad jokes or something.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we will do another episode later today, and we'll see if we can get that up. Jeez, these days I'm lucky to get anything up.
Oh, speaking of dad jokes.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, we'll let you guys have a wonderful day. Drive safe out there. It is snowing. You know what? Listen, at the end of the long day, it's nice to just relax, stretch out, extra legroom, crack open a beer, maybe a Corona, maybe a Labatt's.
I think I'll have a Caesar this time.
A Caesar?
I think I'll have a Caesar this time. Juice, you can have it in the morning.
In the morning? Jeez,
Right?
I was
It's
saying
juice.
more at the end of the day.
Oh, I thought you were making an offer, like you were going to go for a drink.
We're just going to pour drinks now?
Why not?
Hey, it's slow. I guess so. Don't ask about our fridge in the back.
In air quotes, don't ask.
Don't ask. Please do use a travel agent when you're booking anything. Use one that you can trust. Use one that doesn't have any booking fees. And, of course, use Promenade Travel. 905-709-0909. We'll see you next time. Extra Legroom.